After 2 weeks of switching to keyboard and mouse on Fortnite, I'm going to show you exactly what you should be prioritizing. I put together 14 things you should be focusing on in order of what matters most. The things that work for me and the mistakes I made, so the first 2 weeks go way better for you than they did for me, and you don't waste time doing the wrong things. So, number one, you need to have a strong reason for switching. You need to know your why. That's what's going to keep you going when things get hard. Number two, understanding your starting point. You need to know that you're going to be starting where you don't know how to play keyboard on Fortnite. That is default. However, everyone's going to have a different starting point. For example, mine was I didn't know how to play keyboard at all, but I had game sense. So what I needed to do was I needed to play a 2D online game for a couple of days just so I could get my basic WASD movement down. And then once I got that down, I knew I was ready to go and learn how to play keyboard on Fortnite. But if you don't have good game sense, like say you don't have game sense at all, say you're a beginner, then you need to do things in order to have the game sense so you can minimize the things that you need to work on. So if you need to learn how to play keyboard or if you need to have the game sense, you need to do both of those before you learn how to play keyboard on Fortnite, because that's going to be a completely different thing that you have to learn. And if you're learning more things at once, that's going to slow down your progress, and that could increase frustration and increase your likelihood of wanting to quit. You need to know exactly where you want your binds before you lock in and be like, this is what I'm going to be grinding. These are the binds I'm going to be using while I'm grinding. Like, you don't want to like fully commit until you've went into creative and you've tried everything. My best advice is to just brainstorm a list of all the things you want to do, whether it's triple edit, whether it's swap weapons, whether you want to like switch your material type while you're tarping. You want to try everything in creative before you commit. And because what happened with me was I got to like day 12 and I'm like, oh dang, I can't even triple edit how I want to. And I love triple editing. It's one of my favorite things to do. So like, you don't want to make that mistake and then you have to start all the way over. For example, I have a different finger for every build bind, and I made sure that those fingers use the least amount of movement binds so I can build while moving and I don't have to lift my fingers that much to switch between builds. So number 4 is you want to make sure you have enough space to play properly. You need enough desk space, arm space, and elbow room. More space equals more control. Prioritize a large mouse pad and enough room to move freely. If your space is limited, then you may have to adjust your sensitivity, such as your DPI on your mouse or your in-game sensitivity, to compensate for the lack of space that you have. This means you don't want to go for aesthetics when it comes to mouse pads. You just want to get something that's going to be able to cover your entire desk if able to. And if your desk isn't that big and you have the means, you do want to make sure you get a bigger desk just so you can have that arm space, because you're going to need it, especially at the beginning. I made the mistake of using a smaller mouse pad, and after my first couple of days, my friend noticed and he said, "Is your mouse pad big enough for your desk?" I ended up ordering a bigger mouse pad that could cover my entire desk, and trust me, the difference is night and day. So to avoid all of that, just try to go with the big mouse pad at the get-go. Number 5 is to expect a physical adjustment of your hands and fingers. Your hands are going to need some time to adjust. You're going to experience some discomfort early, and that is completely normal. You can do some finger exercises to help. I've been given this tip a couple times. I probably should be doing it myself. I haven't. Maybe if I've been doing it, I would feel better with my hands and stuff. But hey, it's up to you whether you do it or not. But I do think this is important to be aware of, because you don't want to quit like, oh, my hands hurt. No, that's completely normal. So number 6 is really important. It's not like a top thing, but you still want to make sure you do this. Once you're ready to purchase a keyboard and a mouse, you want to make sure you're doing good research on it. You don't want to just be like, "Oh, your friend told you to use this one." Unless it's coming from a good verified source of someone that you know is successful in Fortnite, I would suggest doing a lot of research and making sure that you're getting something that's going to be best for you with the means that you have. Now, let's move on to number 7. Do not put a time limit on your progress. Everyone learns at a different pace, so don't expect results in a certain period of days. There's a 48-hour learning cycle that I've learned throughout this process. Like, after I go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, wake up, and like between those days, I'm practicing. Like on that third day, when I go to sleep and wake up and get on to practice, I feel so good. I feel so much improvement. So on that first couple days, don't really expect to feel great, but on that third day, you could feel really great. And even if you don't, everyone's timetable of improvement is different. So don't base your timetable of improvement on someone else's. Number 8 is you're gonna need to have a plan for when you're going through tough times because it's gonna happen. You need to know, like, okay, I hit a rough moment. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch back to my controller. This is an example, but like, you're pretty good on controller and you need to get that confidence back, or you just want to have some fun, like make that as an option. Or it could be like, I'm gonna take a 24 to 48-hour break if that's what you need, or you just need to step away, or you need to switch games. But whatever it is, just have a plan in place so you don't build up that negative energy and you tilt and you just randomly impulsively decide to quit, because that's not good. What's worked best for me is just taking those little breaks. Maybe it's like 20 hours, maybe it's 10 hours, or maybe it's just stepping away, but just giving, or just going to bed, honestly. Like just giving my brain time to like chill and just like refresh is very important for me. And I think it can work for you too. So number 9 is to be careful playing against real players too early. You're going to go in and you're going to lose some fights to people that you would normally win those fights to, and you don't want to let that ruin your confidence and tilt you. So don't overdo matches that could get you frustrated easily. Just spend a lot of time in creative aim training, doing piece control, stuff like that where you can chill and still improve at the same time. I've definitely enjoyed my time in creative just chilling. Like, it's helped me out so much because I'm the type to get angry if I die to someone that I know I'm better than. So just going into the creative and aim training and stuff like that has been very helpful for me. So number 10 is you want to celebrate the small wins and master the basics first. So even the simplest things, like for me, it was just making a box. And that made me happy. Like, oh, I made a box. And like once you celebrate those small wins, you're gonna build your confidence slowly but surely. Like you don't want to overlook like the little things, because once you get to those things that are gonna be more challenging, you want to have that pre-built confidence that has you thinking like, I'm gonna be able to conquer this no matter what. So number 11 is to connect with others making the same switch. So ever since I started this journey, I've been meeting people that are also doing this journey as well, and it's been keeping me motivated. And like, I know like I'm dealing with tough times with the Switch, and I see other people, maybe they're going through a tough time, or maybe something's working for them, and it's allowing me to stay motivated. We can share our experiences, our tips, and our struggles, and it reminds you that you are not alone. So that connection can definitely keep you motivated. If you're new to making the switch to mouse and keyboard, and or you've already started doing it, or if you recently doing it, let me know. Let me know where you're at on your journey. Maybe we can connect. Maybe we can learn some things from each other. Number 12 is playing with better players while you're learning. If you absolutely cannot wait and you need to play battle royale, then my best advice is to find somebody. Maybe it's your friend, maybe it's somebody you met, maybe it's anybody that is insane at the game and they can backpack you and carry you like Steph Curry did Draymond Green. Because at the end of the day, if you going in and you're getting tilted by yourself, that's not going to be any good for you. But maybe you can go in and someone can carry you and you can make your mistakes in game and you can still win and you can still have good moments like that. Number 13, which I think is still very important, even though it's down on the list, is to set small, attainable goals. So you want to focus on the simple things that you can use to improve. And you don't want to put like timetables on them too much. But for an example, like me, I'm like, okay, today I want to learn how to make a box. So I'm practicing making a box. Maybe I don't learn that all in one day. However, even if I do or if I don't, I'm making progress and it's small and it's attainable. It's not like, oh, go win a solo game. Like you want to have realistic expectations. So when you hit those expectations, or if you don't, like you don't get let down when you don't, if you get what I'm saying. All right, number 14. It's still important, even though it's the last one. You want to make sure you support the channel. Make sure you use code ALIEN in the item shop. Like and subscribe if this video helped you. And make sure you share it with someone as well if you think it can help them, because it's going to help me keep making content like this. Let me know what you want to see next, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.